Good morning, everyone. In last class, we have taken two examples simplex. One is progressive type, and another one is retrogressive type of windings, lap windings. Now, in this class, we will be taking a duplex winding with fractional in nature, and also more number of coil sites per slot. Okay, so this is a very important example we are going to deal today. Now, before I go ahead, now we will discuss about the choice of the slots, number of slots in a lap winding machine, DC machine. Okay, normally the number of slots are chosen the multiples of poles, number of poles. Okay, either multiples of number of poles or multiples of number of pole pairs. So it can be chosen in terms of number of poles or number of pole pairs. Okay, so if chosen based on number of poles, for example, if I have a machine with two poles, then the slots can be chosen as multiple of 2, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so on. Now in this case, for such type of machines, a full pitch winding is possible. A full pitch winding is possible, always a full pitch winding is possible, but we can also have a fractional pitch winding if required, because the number of slots per pole, if you take the fraction, it is a integer value. That is why the full pitch winding is always possible. But if the slots are chosen based on the number of pole pairs, right? So for example, if I have a two pole machine, so number of pole pair is equals to 1, then I can choose the slots on the armature or rotor which is equals to multiple of 1, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. So except 1 to 2, 3 to any number of slots I can choose. So in this type of armature, we have two categories of windings we can wound on the armature, that is full pitch is possible and also fractional pitch is also possible. Now 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on number of slots on the armature for a two pole machine will be giving a full pitch winding on the armature, and the slot numbering 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 odd number of slots on the armature will give us a fractional pitch winding on the armature. Okay, so the choice of the number of slots on the armature for a lap winding can be taken based on number of poles or number of pole pairs. Okay, so in case of number of pole pairs, we have two possibilities. With even number of slots on the armature, we have full pitch winding, and odd number of slots on the armature, we have fractional pitch winding. Now coming to the duplex winding, there are three important things we need to understand about the duplex winding other than the simplex. In simplex, we have only one closed armature winding on the rotor, but in case of duplex, there are two independent and closed armature windings on the rotor, and they are symmetric in nature. This is the first and foremost thing we need to understand. So this is one winding which is a closed one, and this is another winding which is independent of the first winding. and these two windings are actually, they will be shorted through brushes at regular intervals. They will be shorted through brushes at regular intervals. And the second important point is the number of parallel paths in the duplex lap winding is given by the plex number. The plex number in case of duplex it is 2, and the number of poles. So plex number multiplied by the number of poles gives the total number of parallel paths. Okay, so in case of duplex it is 2, in case of triplex the plex number is 3, like that. And the number of poles, if I have 4 pole machine, then for a duplex winding I will be having 8 parallel paths on the armature. 8 parallel paths on the armature. And the third important point is the commutator pitch. Commutator pitch YC can be plus or minus 2 for duplex, plus or minus 3 for triplex winding, and plus or minus M for M-plex windings. Okay, and plus sign indicates progressive type, and minus sign indicates retrogressive type. So these are the 3 important points about the duplex winding: independent and closed armature windings on the rotor, number of parallel paths, and the commutator pitch has to be clearly understood. Now let us take one example of duplex and also fractional type of winding in this lecture. Now first one, we have 4 poles on the armature, and we have 4 poles in the machine and 18 slots on the armature. So that means number of slots per pole is equals to 18 by 4, which is equals to 4 1 by 2, 4 1 by 2. So the coil span can be either 4 or 5. So if I choose 4, then it is a fractional pitch winding. Now 4 pole machine, if I want to go with a duplex winding, then the number of parallel paths in that armature should be, duplex is 2 plex number and number of poles will be 4. So 8 parallel paths altogether will be there on the armature. Okay, so now so we have 18 slots, and we also know 8 parallel paths on the winding. So coils per each path that we have to identify. Suppose if I take coil sides per slot, is equals to 2. So 18 slots, 2 coil sides, that is like this. 18 slots, this is coil sides per slot. So I have 36 coil sides, or otherwise 18 coils. Okay, 18 coils. So total number of coils on the machine armature is 18. But these 18 coils cannot be divided equally onto 8 parallel paths, which is not an integer. So this is not possible. 2 coil sides per slot is not possible. I hope you have understood. So if I choose 2 coil sides per slot, then I will be having 32 coil sides altogether, or otherwise 18 coils altogether, and which cannot be divided equally into 8 parallel paths. So in each parallel path we should have equal number of coils, so that equal EMF will be induced in each parallel path. Okay, so if I collect the voltage here, so voltage should be same in all the parallel paths. One parallel path cannot be more and another parallel path cannot be less. So they should be equal. They should be equal in each parallel path. So the coils, number of coils in each parallel path cannot be divided equally. So that is why this is not possible. So if I take four coil sides, four coil sides, so 18 slots into 4, so this will give me by 2, this will give me 36 coils altogether, 36 coils altogether. And this coils, number of coils is also not possible to divide among 8 parallel paths. So 36 coils cannot be equally divided among 8 parallel paths, because 36 by 8 is not an integer value. Right? Similarly, for 6 coil sides, for 6 coil sides also, 6 coil sides also, the total number of coils on the machine will be 54, and 54 number of coils cannot be again divided equally onto 8 parallel paths. So this is also not possible. Now finally, in case of 8 coil sides, per slot, we altogether have 72 coils on the armature, and 72 by 8, now 9 coil sides, 9 coils per parallel path, 9 coils per parallel path is a integer. Now this is a possible winding, we can go with. So 8 coil sides and 4 is the coil span, which is a fractional type of nature, and this is a duplex type of winding, duplex type of winding, because we have taken duplex number 2 and we have taken 8 parallel paths. So ultimately this winding will have 8 coil sides per slot, 72 total coils on the armature, and 18 slots on the armature. So this is one example. Now because we cannot draw 18 slots with 4 coil sides winding, I have taken one more example of similar type. 4 poles, 10 slots, 4 poles on the machine and 10 slots on the armature. So slots per pole is 2 1 by 2, 2.5, and coil span can now be either 2 or 3. So which means this is a fractional type of winding. Okay. Now if I take 2 coil sides, multiplied by 10, so 20 coil sides altogether. Okay, 20 coil sides divided by 2 gives me 10 coils on the armature, total 10 coils on the armature. Okay, so how many parallel paths we have? Again, duplex 4 pole means it will be 8 parallel paths altogether. So 8 parallel paths. So 10 coils, 8 parallel paths, it is not possible. 10 coils, 8 parallel paths cannot be divided equally. It is not possible. Similarly, in case of 4 coil sides, multiplied by 10 slots, so 40 coil sides divided by 2, 20 coils. 20 coils cannot be divided equally into 8 parallel paths. This is also not possible. Now in case of 6 coil sides, 6 into 10, 60 coil sides divided by 2, 30 coils altogether on the armature, and 30 coils cannot be equally divided among 8 parallel paths. So this winding is also not possible. And finally, in case of 8 coil sides per slot, 10 slots are there. So 80 coil sides divided by 2 gives me 40 coils on the armature, and 40 coils can be now divided into 8 parallel paths with 5 coils in each parallel path, 5 coils per parallel path. So which is a possible winding. So So what is the final winding which is we are going to draw now? So we have a 4 pole, 10 slots, duplex winding which is having 8 parallel paths, duplex winding which is having a 8 parallel paths, and coil span is now taken as 2. 2 means 2 slots. Coil span is 2. If first coil is placed in first slot, then it's the other coil side will be placed in 2 plus 1, third slot. Okay, first slot and third slot, like that. So fractional in nature, duplex in nature, and we have 8 coil sides in one slot. So 3 possibilities we are taking in one winding. Okay, right. So this is how the 10 slots are there. Each slot is having 8 coil sides like this, and I have numbered coil sides, upper coil sides as 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 40 coils, 40 coil sides. Now we have 2 slots as a coil span, 2 slots as a coil span. Then the first coil side here will be having its another coil side at the bottom of the third slot. This is the bottom, so it will have like this. Okay, so this is the other side and this is the other side. So each coil will be placed 2 slots apart. Okay, so that is why I have numbered this the other sides, coil sides, as 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, and up to here it is 20 dash, this is 20 dash, 24 dash, 28 dash, 32 dash, this is 36 dash and 40 dash, and again 1 dash. Okay, now now let us draw the windings. Okay, so these are the coil sides 1, 2, 3, 4. The solid lines indicates the upper coil side and the dashed line indicates the bottom coil sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4 like that up to 40 coil sides, and 1 dash, 1 dash, 4 dash, 8 dash, 12 dash like that up to 40 dash here. This will be 40 dash. Okay, fine. Now we will draw the, and I have numbered the commutator segments. 1, I have skipped 2 even numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that up to 40, and then again 1 again repeats. Okay, so in duplex winding, the coils, coil 1 will be connected to 1, and the back side will be connected to 1 dash, and this coil is connected to this coil is connected to 3. This is connected to 3, not 2. This is not connected to 2, but it is connected to 3 because it is a duplex. Okay, so we have to leave one commutator segment. So one armature winding will be connected to 1, 3, 5, so on like that. Another armature winding will be connected to 2, 4, 6, like that, even numbers, duplex winding. Then the other coil 3, this is 3, this is 3. Now 3 will be connected to 3. I am leaving 2 because it is actually having other winding. Okay, so 3 is connected back to 3 dash, 3 dash, and this is 3 dash, and 3 dash is now connected to 5, not 4. This is connected to 5, not 4. Okay, now again 5, this is 5 solid upper coil set, this is 5 is connected to 5, and this is connected to 5 dash. 5 dash is here, this is 5 dash, so this is 5 dash, and this 5 dash is connected to 7, like this. So this process will repeat till 39th slot. Okay, so I have repeated the same steps here. So I have started with the 1 is ended at 3, and then 3 is ended at 5, then 5 is ended at 7, like that. So I have wound 31st coil. This is 31st coil, this is 32nd coil. So 31st coil has ended at 33rd segment. Now 33th coil, so this will go to, this is 32 dash, so 33 dash is at the beginning, so this will go to 33 dash. Now 33 dash is at here, so it will come from 33 like this, and this will go to 35. So this is coming from 33 dash, it will end at 35. Now 35 is this one, 35 is this one, so I connect to 35, then this will go to, this is 33 and this is 35 dash. 35 dash is again at beginning, this 34, 35 and 30, this is 34, 35, this is 35, so it is 35, so this will go to 35 dash. So 35 it will be connected to 37. It is coming from 35, it is connected to 37th segment. Then 37th coil, this is 37th upper coil side, so this is connected to 37, and this will go to 37 dash. So 37 dash is here in the beginning, that after 36 this is 37 dash, so 37 dash will be connected to 37 like this. It is coming from 37 dash, and it will be connected to 39 here, commutator segment 39. Now last coil, 39th coil, this is 39th coil upper side, so this will be connected to the here to the 39th segment, and it will go to 39th, this is 39 prime, 39 prime is 40th prime before is 39th prime, so this is 39, so this is 39, and this 39 will go to first segment. This is 39 and this is go to the first segment here. The first segment is here. Okay, so this is coming from 39 like this. So we have started at 1, First coil is started at 1 here, okay, and the last coil, 39th coil, we have started the first coil from one segment, and the 39th segment, 39th coil, this is coil, and this is coils side 1 1 dash, this is 39th coil, its coil sides 39 and 39 dash. So 1 is connected to first segment, and this 39 prime, 39 prime is also connected to first segment. So that means this coil is a closed coil like this. This winding, the first winding, is a closed winding starting from first segment, again ending at first segment. Okay. Now let us draw the similar winding to the other winding. So now we will be starting at 2. So all coils will be connected between 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38 and 40. This is 40 and this is 2. Okay, so now 2, we will be starting at 2, and the coil side 2, this is coil side 2, upper coil side, and we'll be connecting 2 like this, and this goes to coil end 2 dash. 2 dash is here, this is 2 dash. So this is 2 dash, and now this will be connected to 4, segment 4. So this is first coil. Now second coil again starts at 4, the coil, upper coil side 4 is connected to segment 4, and then it will be connected to 4 dash, then this 4 dash will be connected to 6, it will be connected to 6, then 6, coil 6 number starts at 6, and then it goes on like this. This is connected to 6 dash, this is 6 dash, and this is ended at 8, this is 8. So coil 6 will be starting at 6 and ending at 8 like that. Similarly it goes on like this, and at coil 40, so where is 40? This is 40 coil, upper coil side 40, so this is connected to segment 40, and the upper side, other side, this will be connected to 40 dash. 40 dash is here on the left side, so this is 40 dash. So 40 dash, this is coming from 40, this is 40 dash, and this 40 dash is now connected to commutator segment 2 here, commutator segment 2 here. So again, if you notice, we have started the coil 2 with coil sides 2 and 2 dash from segments 2, and this is connected to 4, and last coil 40 with coil sides 40 and 40 dash, this is connected, this is started at 40 and ended at number 2, this is 40 1 2. So okay, so It means that the second winding is also a closed winding like first one, and they are like this. This is second winding starting at 2 and ending at 2, and the first winding is also a closed one, which is starting at 1 and ending at 1. Now they will be connected. They will be connected through brushes. They will be connected through brushes at different intervals. Okay, let us see. Now I have shown the commutator segments here 1, 3, 5 up to 39. So the coil connecting between 1 and 3 is 1, 1 dash, and between 3 and 5 is 3, 3 dash, like that. 5, 5 dash, 7, 7 dash, 9, 9 dash, 11, 11 dash, 13, 13 dash, 15, 15 dash, 17, 17 dash, like that up to 39, 39 dash. Okay, this is one winding, and brushes are always placed 180 degrees electrically. So first brush if placed at 1, if placed at 1, then second brush will be, because we have 40 commutator segments, so 1 plus 10, so it will be 11. So second brush will be at 11, and third brush will be at 21, and fourth brush will be at 31, and again repeat, first brush will come to 1. So first and third brush will be connected to positive, and second and fourth will be connected to negative, like this. Okay, so this is one winding I have shown. Similarly, I can also show the other winding. The other winding connected between commutator segment 2, 2 and 4, like this. So one coil is connected between 2 and 4, that is 2, 2 dash. Similarly, between 4 and 6, another coil is connected, that is 4 and 4 dash. So likewise, if I go on drawing like this, so the coil between 40th segment and the second segment is the 40 and 40 prime. This is 40 and 40 prime. Okay, so this is the other coil. Okay, so they are independent, they are closed, and they are symmetric. Okay, and they have equal number of coils in each winding. Now the one more important concept in duplex winding is that the brush we have placing on the commutator will now occupy its surface, which will come in contact with 1 and 2. It will be shorting, or it will be connecting always 2 segments at a time. Earlier we have taken like this. In simplex, the brush will be occupying only one segment, 1, 2, 3, like this. But in duplex, what we do is, we will be having brush length a little bit wider, and it will be occupying 1 and 2. This is a brush in case of duplex. In case of triplex, because we have 3 windings, 1, 4, 7, like this, 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9, like this. This is one type of winding, this is one type of winding, and this is one winding. 3 windings, so they will be occupying like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So first winding will be between 1, 4 and 7, and second winding will be between 2 and 5, and third winding will be between 3 and 6. like this. So the brush now will be a wider, and which will be covering 3 slots now, which will be covering 3 slots in case of triplex, and this is duplex, and this is simplex. I hope you have understood. Now in this case, in duplex winding, this brush is now covering 1 and 2 segments. This brush is now covering 11 and 12 segments. This brush is covering 21 and 22 segments. This brush is covering 31 and 32 segments. Okay. Now coming to the parallel paths, so I have indicated the layout diagram, I have indicated the brush positions and brush spread also. Okay, in case of different plex windings. Now coming to the parallel paths, if I take the first winding, so so I draw the windings as that I have shown in the previous lectures. So this is positive, this is negative. So between positive and negative, 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are connected between positive and negative here. Again from negative to positive, this is 11, 11 dash, 13, 13 dash, 15, 15 dash, 17, 17 dash, 19, 19 dash, up to here 19. This is 19, 19 dash. Now from again plus to minus, this is 21, 21 dash, 23, 23 dash, 25, 25 dash, 27, 27 dash, 29, 29 dash, up to here 29, 29 dash. From here to again positive, we have 31, 31 dash, 33, 33 dash, 35, 35 dash, 37, 37 dash, 39, 39 dash. Okay, so this will be plus minus, this will be plus minus, again minus plus, like that, minus plus, plus minus, plus minus, minus plus, minus plus. Okay, this, so 4 parallel paths in one winding. Similarly, we can also draw the other winding, 4 parallel paths in the other winding, right? This will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38 and 40. Okay, this is plus. So plus minus, minus plus, some like this, and plus minus, minus equals to like this. Now these two again are connected like this, and these two are connected like this. This is minus and this is plus. So altogether we have between plus and minus 8 parallel paths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 parallel paths are there. 8 parallel paths, and each parallel path will have 5 coils. 5 coils. Okay. So this is about the duplex fractional pitch winding, and also we have many coil sites in one slot example. And okay.